A typical cycle shop in any town, windows full of color and chrome. For one happy customer, newly found pride of ownership makes a young heart warm and glowing, despite the freezing cold. In welcome contrast, sunshine favors the fairer sex. Now the problem is somewhat different, not one of keeping warm, but how to cope with the steep hill roads of Wales. Perhaps not the easiest location for riding cycles, but certainly convenient for their manufacture. The approaching convoy of diesel vehicles bears a name well known throughout the cycling world, Phillips of Birmingham. This Midland company has another cycle factory situated here in the Welsh border county of Montgomeryshire. Lorries and vans, Perkins powered, carry worldwide consignments of that humble yet often glamorous looking form of transport, the bicycle. Inside the factory, there is nothing particularly glamorous about the beginnings of a bike. Following assembly of the tubes, which go to make the frame, all surplus brass is removed by electrical process from the newly brazed joints. Any fine particles remaining get a brisk application of hand file and emery cloth to ensure a smooth, clean surface. After further preparation, the frames and all components to be enameled receive at least 3 protective coats, either from spray guns or by electrostatic spraying plant. The available range of enamel finishes is made up of 30 different colors and shades, and all are in demand today. Adding an important touch to the final appearance are decorative lines and transfers. The girls in this department obviously know the shortest distance between any 2 points on a bicycle is the quickest possible straight line. The Phillips badge, here ready for mounting on the front of the frame, is just one from over 1,200 separate items, all of which, according to the particular model, are required in manufacture. They are collected and carried from point to point as each machine in its various stages of assembly moves by monorail through the factory. What appeared as a merely dull outline of a frame a short while previously is now quickly transformed by mudguards, brakes, pedals, handlebars, etc. into a shining, new and attractive model, completely assembled and almost ready to go places. Still to come is a close examination by numerous inspectors and a careful clean and polish. Every wheel also is assembled here at the Newtown factory. The order of inserting the spokes, after first being attached to the hub, must follow a predetermined pattern, which is both skillfully and speedily interpreted by these girls. The newly built wheels are then tested individually, and tension adjustments are made to each spoke to ensure all-round true alignment. Journey's end in the factory is the start of more distant travels. Packing depends on the destination. In America, machines must be ready for the road within minutes of unwrapping to satisfy the many customers of mail-order stores. So, fully assembled cycles are essential in easily accessible cartons. Returning to the company's transport fleet, their P4 and P6 powered vehicles show a fuel consumption rate almost half that of petrol-driven transport. With only negligible attention, each hard-working diesel averages 1,000 miles every week, travelling to retail shops ranging from Scotland to Cornwall, and to the docks at Hull, Liverpool and London. Peterborough-made diesel engines regularly and reliably help keep the wheels turning on vans, lorries, and of course, Phillips bicycles. The Royal Navy's midget submarines, or X-craft, are tiny fighting ships only 54 feet long, powered by Perkins marine diesel engines and manned by a crew of 5. Already featured in News Review number 2, the submariners from Portland now share closer ties with the Peterborough Company. To the Eastfield factory come officers and men from the midget submarines Stickleback and Minnow to see the latest techniques employed in high-quality diesel engine production. This visit is inspired by the informal adoption of the complete X-craft unit by F. Perkins Limited. 4 midget submarines and crews are involved. For the duration of their service careers, the 18 X-craft personnel now become part of the Perkins community and honorary members of the company's sports association. With Senior Officer Lieutenant Commander Todd left, the crews study assembly of the type engine they use. The P6 marine diesel provides power for surface movement and charges batteries for underwater propulsion. Now to Peter's Court for the adoption ceremony, which includes presentation of a scroll by the Chairman and Managing Director of the company, Mr. Frank Perkins, to Lieutenant Commander Todd. A giant colored photograph of Stickleback dominates the scene as Mr. Perkins prepares to add the first signature to the adoption scroll, watched by the submariners and BBC, press and newsreel representatives. Next to sign is Mr. Collins, the company's marketing director. Lieutenant Commander Todd, the 2 submarine captains, and Sports Association Chairman Mr. Alban add their signatures. On behalf of the X-craft crews, Mr. Perkins is presented with a framed photograph of the 2 midget submarines Stickleback and Minnow. The final presentation by the captain of Minnow is a replica of the submarine's crest. This successful 2-day visit is a further example of unity and understanding between the company and users of Peterborough-made diesels. There is also a deeper significance in the submariner's personal link with Perkins employees. On the reliability of the diesel engines made by the men in the factory depends the safety and lives of those who go down into the sea in ships, striking deep in the Navy's midget submarines. Paying a brief visit to the continent, we stop first at the Danish capital, Copenhagen, during a double celebration. The country is honoring Denmark's greatest writer on the 150th anniversary of the birth of Hans Christian Andersen. The beflagged city also welcomes the British Trade Fair, returning for the first time since 1948. Crowds collect outside the forum to witness the arrival of their king and queen to perform the opening ceremony. King Frederick notes the Perkins stand among the numerous British manufacturing concerns present. On show are different versions of the company's P3, R6 and L4 diesel engines, each providing a focal point of interest for both commercial and private visitors. This British trade fair adds another informative chapter to the story of Peterborough diesels in the land of Hans Christian Andersen. Now to Belgium's first city, the imposing Grand Palais du Centenaire, and the 39th Brussels Motor Show, held under the distinguished patronage of His Majesty King Baudouin. "39 Perkins diesel engines cover 17 different British and foreign stands. Continental production includes vehicles from Holland, here represented by two companies, DAF and Hogra, both exhibiting P6V powered transport. Also prominent are more American-made trucks incorporating the P6V engine as first equipment. On the stand of Messrs. Hunter, the company's distributors in Belgium, Mr. R.C. Allen, in the center, Perkins' general sales manager, receives many prospective customers. Mr. Gahinio of the distributing company is on the left. Practical use of Perkins power units is seen outside the show. Appearing more frequently throughout the city are Chevrolet taxis with P4 diesel engines, the conversion being carried out by Perkins distributors. For the first time, an American company, the Chrysler Corporation, standardizes on a British diesel car engine, the P4C, as first optional equipment in this Plymouth Belvedere. Power units are fitted in Belgium to engineless chassis dispatched direct from the States. The P4 conversion engine again merits close inspection in another American car, the Dodge Kingsway. So, the growing presence of Perkins diesels on the continent is further emphasized, both within and beyond the 39th Brussels Motor Show. This might be an artist painting a masterpiece, or perhaps a forger producing a fiver. Modesty, however, forbids the first possibility, and honesty prevents the second. It is, in fact, a new publication in the making, featuring news and interest items exclusively for members of the new Perkins Drivers Club, and called Perkins Driver. Production staff are arranging the front page layout before the first edition goes to press. Issued monthly as a special supplement within the Peterborough Diesel Echo, it will be dispatched to club members regularly. This is the latest facility offered by the Perkins Drivers Club, which started in September 1955. A busy office deals with mounting applications for membership, the various advantages of which can be outlined here. They range from a free insurance scheme with benefits for fatal accident or total disablement to the training facilities of the Perkins School of Instruction, available to all members. The aim of the club is to establish closer cooperation between the company and operators and drivers of commercial or public service vehicles, coaches, cars, or any industrial or marine units fitted with Perkins diesels. It is hoped that this will do much towards promoting a better understanding of the diesel engine by the driver. Factory visits and a driver's information bureau are also provided by the club, and the lighter side of membership is not forgotten. Here at Peter's Court are drivers of the diesel transport fleet operated by Lincolnshire Canners Limited of Boston and King's Lynn, attending the first social evening specially organized for club members and arranged on an area basis. Highlights of the evening's entertainment include comedy items to raise many a loud laugh, a spirited sing-song which attempts to raise the roof, and finally a can-can routine which, well, brings down the curtain if not the temperature. So from a group to one member, in fact, number one. The Birmingham owner-driver of this 6-ton Jensen lorry, Mr. James King of Sheldon. With only one rebore in over 330,000 miles, his P6V engine provides a performance well worthy of the first official member. All drivers and operators of Perkins diesels are eligible to join and receive an official membership card, driver's handbook, and club badge. Application forms are available either direct from Peterborough or from Perkins sign holders and representatives. Over 700 new members are enrolled each month, and you are invited to share with them all the benefits of the Perkins Drivers Club.